Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
What's going on, people? Big up your damn selves each and every time. It's your boy Drift, and I'm back on the Summer Daily News Show. It's obviously Friday, so it's the last show of the week. So please smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. Actually, before I forget, people, we will have a show dropping for you tonight. As you know, on Friday, we only do the call-in show now on the last Friday of every month. But we will be doing shows on Fridays, whether live or pre-recorded, right through. Once the season starts, we'll also be doing most of our previews for the games on Fridays live. So you guys are still going to have us on Fridays. It just won't be the call-in show. So we will have a show dropping for you later on today. Make sure you got that notification bell on. It will be premiering tonight, probably around 8 o'clock, people. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. And it's going to be kind of elaborating a lot on what I'm going to talk about in today's show. Obviously, you know, the daily show is a brief roundup. So we'll be going into it with a bit more depth later on. So make sure you check that one out. Going straight in, big up Anfield Watch, as always. But this quote comes from Fabrizio. Let's just jump straight into it with this Lavia stuff. Even though Southampton are holding out for £50 million for Romeo Lavia, add-ons or players who were surplus to requirements for Liverpool could make the midfielder cheaper. Now, there's a lot of conflicting reports going on right now, which we will touch on later on in the main show. I don't even know if we are legitimately going to buy another midfielder, and that's probably going to be the main talking point of tonight's show. But from what Fabrizio was saying here, basically, if there's some players who are surplus to requirements that are of value, Southampton will be interested. And I'm guessing this comes down to it makes it a bit easier for you. If, for example, you were selling a car and it was an amazing car, like, I don't know, a Ferrari, for example, but, you still wanted a car. You still wanted to be able to get around. You just didn't want to maintain a Ferrari anymore. Someone says to you, I'll give you 50 grand. Straight up, boom, here you go. It's a lot of money, right? You'd be like, okay, cool, wicked. Second-hand Ferrari, 50 grand's about right. 15 years old, got how many ever miles on the clock. Boom, boom, 50 grand. It's a good deal. But then you've still got to go out and buy another car, right? But if the person buying the car off you goes, look, I've got this BMW 3 Series here. I'm not going to need this anymore now. I'm buying this Ferrari. Value of this car is around 15 grand at the moment. I tell you what, how about I give you this car and 40 grand? Make up the value of the 50. As long as the car's in good condition and you like it, you'd look at it and think, literally, we just got to swap keys here. I haven't got to go out. I haven't got to search. Is this person trustworthy? If they are, the car's been looked after. You know what? Boom. No problem. I'll do that. I was going to have to spend 10 grand or more on a new car anyway. Boom. Save me the hassle. And I think that's the kind of scenario that we're looking at with Lavia, possibly from what Fabrizio was saying. If we throw in a Tyler Morton, for example, and he's the one who comes to mind first because he's the player who's got the least chance of playing, but is 100% of a championship level at the very least, which is where Southampton are right now. I'm looking at this situation and I'm thinking, whether permanent or on loan, all right, here we go. Let's jump in. Let's make Morton part of this deal. A little bit like we did when we bought Jota. It wasn't directly that kind of thing, but Hover was a sweetener in that deal. It's very obvious. He hasn't gone on to achieve anything, which is upsetting for him. But it was definitely part of a sweetener of the deal. Ask them if there's anybody else in the squad that they're interested in that we don't necessarily need. And go from there. Do you know what I mean? I think this is something that will be a good thing, especially if it was on loan. You'd be like, look, you can have this player on loan. You got a year to get used to the idea of finding a replacement. But in the meantime, you've got this guy and he can do well for you. He's ready. He's good to go. And then we get a year worth of experience into one of our players. It could work all round. So if Fabrizio was right in what this is and what he's saying, and this is part of the scenario, yeah, let me know, people, in the comments. Who would be the player that you would think would be a perfect fit, would make sense, and would be realistic to offer Southampton to knock the price down and to help get this deal across the line? Let me know, people. I'm just gonna get this one out of the way real quick, because our captain is working hard. He's working extremely hard. And the amount of slack that he gets, yeah, is ridiculous. You lot already know I'm always gonna, defend our captain whenever people want to come and say really bad mind things or disrespectful things or whatever. But the thing that's confusing me the most out of anything right now when it comes to this, people, is Jordan Henderson is doing right now what every top professional should do. They are seeing that the young bucks are coming through. He is seeing that his place is in jeopardy. He is seeing that he could be coming to an end if he doesn't do something about it at Liverpool. And he is working extra hard and doing that extra bit to improve himself. And this is admirable on every single level and speaks more than volumes about who Jordan Henderson is as the man, as the captain, as the leader of our team. Which is why what I've been seeing online today really pisses me off. And I'm not even going to pull no punches. I'm just going to be as blunt as can. It pisses me off. And if you're one of these people, then please reevaluate the way you're assessing this situation. And if you still want to believe that way, then just give your head a wobble. Our captain deserves respect, whether you think he's good enough or not. Our captain has led us to the promised land, Premier League. We won the Premier League. And remember, he wasn't just captain as in title captain. Up until about 12 to 18 months ago, depending on who you speak to, Henderson was integral to how we played. His performances were amazing. He was always doing well. He was arguably player of the season in one of the years. I can't remember exactly what year it was. It might have been 17-18 or 18-19. One of the years. Arguably player of the season. Maybe it was 19-20. Whichever year it was. My memory isn't as good as Cal's. He was arguably Liverpool's player of the season. He's been integral to what we've achieved. He wasn't a passenger. He wasn't a bystander. He was he was an integral cog in part of what it was. His leadership skills were unfounded. And if you speak to anybody that knows and what's going on off the field as well as on the field, he has been exemplary in everything he's done. So if you don't believe he's good enough anymore, that's fair enough. But the man is doing everything he can to still make sure he's good enough to be at his football club. And what I'm seeing online is, what's the point in this? Wasting your time, get rid of him, da-da-da. And I'm just like, where is the respect for our captain? And not only that, where is just the respect as a man to what he's doing? Do you know what I mean? Just respect him as a man who's trying his hardest now to improve himself because he knows he's in jeopardy, and actually give him the respect of acknowledging that his place is up for grabs and that he's the one on the chopping board and he's doing something about it instead of living in la la land or, not really caring. This is the fight that we want, right? He wants to be a Liverpool player. He wants to still be here. He loves the club. He adores the club. He embodies everything about the fabric of this club. So the disrespect, it annoys the hell out of me. And I don't understand how anybody can look at this and see anything but respect. But agendas are agendas, innit? And agendas will keep agendaing. So I just had to put that out there because this really pissing me off, the disrespect that our captain's been getting. Whether you think he's good enough to play for Liverpool in the first 11 or whatever is another story. But there's nobody who can tell me Jordan Henderson isn't good enough to be in the Liverpool squad. And if you're saying that again, agendas will agenda, innit? And if you don't respect what he's doing to get himself in shape, coming back from holiday early, then give your head a wobble, man. And speaking of preseason, we are back in preseason training from tomorrow. Full squad, everybody else will be in. Big up, this is Anfield for this one. Here's a little schedule, the key dates for Liverpool's preseason. As you can see, starts tomorrow. Then the internationals will be back in on the 11th. And then we have our first preseason game on the 19th. I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to that. I'm I'm not quite sure, guys, if 5 games is over, under, or similar to last season. Let me know again in the comments if you know off the top of your head. But I think we played about 7 games, if I'm not mistaken. So 5 seems a little bit more calm down, just a little bit more calm down. You know, we've said we got a bit too ham in preseason. I'm hoping there's not going to be them triple sessions that we used to do and sessions before games and all that kind of stuff. Like, I hope we have calmed down a bit. I hope the coaching staff, Klopp, and everybody has realised that we were going a bit too ham on all that. But there you go, people. There is the schedule. Take notes right in the diary for those games. And of course, if we can, especially if they're televised, we will be doing watch-alongs for those preseason games. So let's look forward to getting back into that. I can't wait to actually get back into the nooks and crannies of everything. And then we've got 2 stories here that I'm not actually going to touch on because we're going to really dig deep into this when we do the show for you guys that will be coming out later on. But Cole, is it realistic that Liverpool can actually get Chelsea to sell this player? I have my thoughts. Again, I'm going to save them. I don't want to repeat myself and bore you guys with the same stuff. But just to give you a little tease on what we're going to be jumping into, to whet your appetite. And apparently, Newcastle are entering the race for Khéphren Thuram. What is going on with Khéphren Thuram and Liverpool? So, people, look forward to that. Big up your damn selves. Smash that like button for me, please. Subscribe if you're new. Get us to 30K as soon as possible, please, people. We're on the road. We really want to get there. Big up everyone. Make sure you put that notification bell on for the show that will be premiering tonight. Probably around 8 o'clock, guys. But again, stay tuned to the socials and the channel for confirmation. And we will catch you then, people. Love as always for tuning in. Big up yourselves as always. And we will catch you on the other side, people. Peace!